Welcome back, children. So coming to today's class on alternating currents, okay, we'll be studying about some resonant circuits. Okay, we know resonance is possible only when there are two energy storing devices, that is inductor as well as capacitor. So here while studying the resonant circuits, okay, we'll be discussing one by one. Okay, first we'll concentrate on the series LCR circuit, then on a parallel LCR circuit. Okay, so already we have studied the series LCR circuit as a part of the subjective syllabus. Okay, now just putting all the important points together. So here I will also tell you what are the other names that you give for the series LCR circuit. So let us begin with, okay, let us first start with an LCR series circuit. Consider one inductor, a resistor and a capacitor connected in series across an alternating EMF. Okay, we can take it as V is equal to V naught sine omega t. V naught is the peak value. So let the peak value of current be represented as I naught. Okay, we took the voltage across inductor as I naught into XL. These are all peak values. Voltage across capacitor, I naught into XC. Voltage across resistor is I naught into capital R. And how did we represent all the four vectors VL, VC, VR and I naught in phasor representation? Okay, we know current and voltage overlap with each other for a resistor. So if this is voltage across resistor circuit, current value will be overlapping with it. I took it as I naught. Then current is lagging in case of inductor, leads in case of capacitor. So for inductor, current should be behind voltage. So we took this as VL and this side we have plotted VC. And we have already proved that when VL becomes equal to VC, the circuit is driven into resonance. But here I will tell you one generalized condition for resonance condition. Okay, look at the condition. A series or a parallel LCR circuit or any combination of L, C and R will be driven into resonance if the phase difference between current and EMF becomes zero. Okay, you can remember this as condition for resonance because we will be using this condition for the remaining circuits also. What is the condition for resonance to occur in a circuit containing L, C and R combination? The phase difference between the resultant current and the potential difference should become equal to 0. So that means phi has to become equal to 0. If phi is 0, then what is power factor? Cos 0 will become equal to 1. So you can use this condition for even parallel resonating circuit. So now come to the series resonating circuit. Okay, we have proved that voltage and resistance or voltage and current will overlap with each other when VL becomes equal to VC. Hope you remember when VL and VC becomes equal, the resultant V naught will be overlapping with current. Then we have got this as condition for a resonance. So what is a voltage condition or condition for resonance? VL should become equal to VC. If these two vectors be cancel out, VR becomes equal to V naught, which is overlapping with current. So the phase difference between V naught and I naught has become equal to 0. So if VL is equal to VC, I can write XL is equal to XC or omega L is equal to 1 by omega C. What was the resonating frequency? We have already proved this, under root L into C. Okay, we have called this as the resonating frequency. And what is your equation for relating voltages? V naught is equal to under root VR square plus VL minus VC whole square. At resonance, anyway VL and VC will become equal to, when VL and VC becomes equal, this term will become 0. Then I naught is V naught divided by Z. Hope you remember Z is called the impedance, which is under root R square plus XL minus XC whole square So when XL and XC become equal at resonance, Z becomes equal to R. So since Z is becoming minimum at resonance, current will become maximum. And what is the maximum value of current? Maximum value of current will be V0 divided by capital R. Okay, we have studied all these in the series on LCR circuit. Okay, then when you plot a graph between current and frequency, what was the nature of the graph? Look at the nature of graph between current and your frequency. If we plot a graph between current and frequency, current was reaching its peak value, again decreasing. It reaches peak value at a particular frequency called as resonating frequency. And the peak value of current, if I write it as Imax or I0. So current has reached its maximum value at resonating frequency. So at half power points, current has reduced to 1 by root 2 times the maximum, and the corresponding frequencies, we have called them as omega 1 and omega 2. Omega 1 is a lower frequency, lower than the resonating frequency. Omega t is greater than resonating frequency. So for a frequency less than resonating frequency, the circuit is capacitive because Xc will be greater than XL. Higher than this, we have got the answer as inductive. Okay, the circuit will have inductive nature dominant when compared with capacitive nature for higher frequencies. XL will be greater than XC. And for this circuit, we have already evaluated the bandwidth. Okay, what is bandwidth? W2 minus W1 equal to R divided by L, where R is the resistance and L is the inductance. And then from bandwidth, we have calculated the quality factor. How did we define quality factor? Resonating frequency by bandwidth. So when you put the values, we have got the quality factor as omega R into L divided by capital R. Okay, this you can write it as XL divided by R, where XL is taken at resonating frequency. Okay, so Q factor, we have written many formulas. You can write it as XL by R, where XL is calculated at resonating frequency. It can also be written as XC divided by R, because at resonance XC and XL are becoming equal. Then you can also write this as 1 by R under root L by C. Okay, if you put resonating frequency as 1. So for a series resonating circuit, if you observe the graph between current and frequency, it is clearly visible that at a particular frequency, current is reaching its maximum value. So if you give a net of or set of frequencies to an LCR circuit, it will accept the frequency which is matching with the resonating frequency. So that is the reason why this circuit is also called as acceptor circuit. Okay, what is the other name for a series resonating LCR circuit? It is called as an acceptor circuit because it accepts the frequency which is matching with the resonating frequency and gives you a maximum output. There is one more name for a series LCR circuit. Okay, when your applied voltage is V0, and if I write the voltage across inductor as VL, VR and VC, and considering either the peak or RMS values, in case of series LCR circuit, it is possible to have voltage across inductor and capacitor. I am repeating the statement, voltage across inductor and voltage across capacitor can be greater than your applied voltage. So it can have the voltages greater than your applied voltage. Say you have applied 100 here. Okay, I have selected some value of XC and XL. So we can get voltage across inductor as 200, voltage across resistor as 100, voltage across capacitor as 200. I have considered the resonance condition. Observe the voltages across resistor and capacitor. Is it greater than your applied peak value of the voltage? Since you can get the voltages greater than the applied voltage in this type of circuit, the other name that we give to this series LCR circuit, it is also called as voltage resonant circuit. Okay, what is the other name that we are giving to the circuit? It's called voltage resonant circuit. It is also called as the acceptor circuit. Now let us quickly look into what will happen to Xc minus XL, that means reactance, then current, impedance, phase difference for 3 different frequencies. Okay, I will tell you the values of current, impedance and phase difference for omega 1, omega R and omega 2. Okay, so for a series LCR circuit, let us look at this table. Okay, for different frequencies. Okay, these are the 2 frequencies at bandwidth or half power points, and omega R is the resonating frequency. We will find out the reactance, impedance, phase difference between current and voltage as well as the current. So start with omega 1. We know omega 1 is a frequency which is less than omega R. Circuit is capacitive in nature. So when you subtract XL minus XC, I call it omega 1L minus omega 1C. 1 by omega 1C will be minus R. Omega 2 is a frequency which is greater than the resonating frequency. Circuit is inductive in nature. XL is greater than XC. So omega 2L minus 1 by omega 2C will be plus R. And at resonance, these 2 terms will become equal. Come to impedance. When XL minus XC is minus R. See, we have got XL minus XC as minus R. Then what will Z become equal to? Under root R square plus R square. So what is the impedance becoming? Root 2 times of capital R. Impedance is increasing at half power points. Similarly, here also we get Z as under root 2R square, that is root 2 times of capital R. Then what is Z at resonance? It is equal to capital R. Okay, and we know this is the minimum possible impedance. Come to the phase difference. Put the values. XL minus XC is minus R by R. Phi will be minus 45 degree. In the next case, it is R by R, tan inverse of 1 plus 45. And at resonance, XL and XC are equal. So phase difference becomes 0. So remember this condition. When do you say the circuit is driven into resonance? If the phase difference between current and voltage becomes equal to 0, or phi has to become 0. This is called the resonating condition. Now write the equation for current. I'll call the current as I1 as V0 by Z is nothing but root 2 times of R. So root 2 times of capital R. So this current I write it as I2 at higher bandwidth or higher frequency, V0 by root 2 R. And at resonating frequency, I will be V0 divided by capital R, and this is the peak value of current. Okay, I can write it as maximum value. So you can just remember this table regarding the series LCR circuit. So this is all about the series LCR circuit.